That's what they asking you. When they say, tell me about your family history, that's what they asking you. Is this just you, or is it bloodline hex? They just being nosy. They gonna treat you the same way regardless. But they just being nosy. They want to know who got you. Somebody got you. So yeah, I used to take this. Used to use this. Pills this time of day, this time of day, this time of day. And it's all voodoo. They used to have a ball, man, watching me. In the evening, they would shoot it all the way up. I'd be running around. That's how they can get you, too. Pills or overdose, or they overdose. You're trying to get your blood pressure down. They can voodoo you and kill you and say, oh, he had so many days, we found all these pills in their system and they must have overdosed. Or they must have committed suicide. You hear the horn? That's all day long. On the word suicide, I'm glad y'all caught it. The word suicide, mostly suicide. I was watching something the other day, Sunday, during the games was on. I was switching back and forth, and they said maybe she committed suicide. I don't know if it was the horn or the ghost popped the bottle real loud. But they love that word suicide. They love it. But there's a bunch of other ones. I can't think of them right now because I'm into doing that. But they love, I get the horn and the bottles all day long on certain stuff. Even my thoughts, all day long. It's gotten dark, man. I might have to cut the light on because I've got time. I'm going to add clips to this too because what they do, they send me a lot of stuff. And I tell you all the time, they try to get stuff out before me. They make it look like, there's people in America that cares too. And all they're doing is saying what many of my voodoos in the medical fields have said, and what my thoughts are right now, and what I've been jotting down. They send all of that to me. They make it look like they got out there first. What else I got over here? This, they send you this. First of all, you see the warning. And then the back says, let's get checked. And it also looks like a target. This is just, I'm telling you, it's in the medical field too. It's in the medical field too. I mean, big time. I mean, two. It's in the medical field. Ain't no two. It's in the medical field. You got to watch it.
And I worked for pharma, and I worked for the food industry, which we can get into. They're very connected. And the raw economic fact is that those industries are fueled by an imperative for not only for us to get sicker, but for kids to get sicker. Chronic disease is the greatest economic invention, the greatest profit maximizing invention in human history, because it's recurring revenue, and we don't die right away, and we think our savior's in a pill. We live in fear. We're told to trust the system.
This is the pack that they send you. This is the anal. This is an anal gesture. This is the anal gesture. This is the bag it's supposed to come back in. This is the tube that they send you. And what you're supposed to do, pull this out, is go to the bathroom, dip in your feces, and send it back to them. In the capsule. You drop it in here, and again, it's the voodoo gesture. It's the anal voodoo gesture. And the cancer threat gesture.
Cholesterol used to be 300. In other words, if you had 301, your cholesterol is high. Now it's 200. That's 100 points in 50 years. They brought it down. And if you look, they brought it down in the early 1990s. Statin drugs came out in 1987. So it was clearly after statin drugs. So it's like, let's bring it down and let's enhance revenue. Blood pressure, same thing.
Really?
Blood pressure used to be like 150. Now it's 120. Bone density scans, same thing. And then when you look at all the scans for the sea monster, it's out of control. Mammograms are not, if you look at the statistics, they are not helping. There's nothing that indicates that mammograms have slowed down sea monster of the breast. There's nothing.
Really?
Nothing. And so they scare us into, oh, you got to catch it early. No. If they catch it, they're going to run you through treatment to make money.
Whew! I got so much stuff. Let me cut this light on. I was trying to stay away from it. Let me cut the light on, 'cause I got some stuff. We got a little while. Talking about gangster stalking awareness. Go get my other glass. Y'all can see how this ghost just busted my glasses all up. Just got them. All right, let's see some stuff. We're going to read some stuff. Because it usually take on the life of its own. I can read them notes all I want. Stuff takes on a life of its own anyway. Let me read this first thing. Let me see what I got on here. Yeah, they do stuff like this. And my point is, y'all need to look at your notes. I don't care if a cop give you a ticket for jaywalking. Ask him, is he writing that up? Go look at the notes. They can write anything they want. Anything they want. Listen to what this person wrote. This was in 2019. Behavioral health lab outpatient. And this is another thing that they use. Delusional disorder. Delusional disorder. You know what that means? Yeah, they're gangster stalking, but that's not, you don't see what you see. They call it delusional disorder. And I've read something before on something. He was like a student, but they trying to act like psychologists or whatever, psychiatrists. So they use words that don't even apply. That's what they do. And it's a record. That was in 19. His was way. I think my son was 2. No, he wasn't no 2. They was 5 and they was 6 and 7. Almost 20 years ago. His was. That's the type of stuff they do. I should have marked these things where I wanted to go. I have to mark these. This one probably has to do with all of the medications that they prescribe. Y'all go back, you'd be surprised what's in your records, man. These are some medications I ain't even. And I did get the list for y'all of all the medications. I thought at the time I knew it wasn't gonna be all of them. I can't remember all of them, but there's a whole lot of them. And then I started going through a few of these records. There was stuff I ain't even. There's more. There's drips and all kind of stuff. But this right here, look, aspirin, carvedilol, hydrochlorothiazide, lisinopril, nifedipine, albuterol, carvedilol again, clonidine, heparin, corsine, every 8 hours. I mean, this was crazy. Hydralazine, hydrochlorothiazide, lipin, all of that stuff. That was in like one day. Then it starts all over the day. And y'all don't understand how they get you. They tell you because the high blood pressure tear your organs or whatever. The medicine is. The medicine is. And so you think it's the hypertension because the voodoo is keeping the numbers up. The medicine is tearing you up. And the longer you on it, the more you believe it because you've been taking it for so long. So when they start telling you this stuff, you believe it. And then they can really hit you with the voodoo. Because now you believe what you've been told. And that's how it works. That's really how it works. It's like I told y'all, and you'll see it when it comes out in the video. Yesterday, I spoke out loud. I said, Lord, I'm laying down for 20 minutes and then I'm getting up. And it was 7:40 now. And so I looked at the clock. I said, yeah, 8 o'clock in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, something smacked the hell out of my feet and woke me. I was in a deep sleep. I didn't get up till 9:30. But something tore my feet up, foot up at 8 p.m. And I sat up and looked at the clock and I said, yeah, it's 8 o'clock. But I ain't getting up. Now, anybody else would have freaked. I'm used to it. Anybody else would have freaked and said, man, who hit me? I'm used to it. That was Monday night, Monday evening, 8 o'clock. Same thing yesterday, same time, everything. It didn't hit me as hard, but I knew I wanted to get up a little early, around 8 o'clock again, just 8. Wanted to lay down, take a nap, and because I'd be on my computer. I don't go to bed till 6. Like this morning was 6. The morning before that was 6. Time I get on that computer, I'm doing stuff. But and you understand, it makes you understand why there's homeless people on the street. That's enough. The man, I just told y'all, the guy down the hallway died. Heart attack. Just goes up and down these hallways. He's the second one in a year in that same apartment. And these ain't old guys, these are young guys. One black, one white. He was 62. The one before him was like 58. And the witch that was living with him came out in the hallway 5 days prior. I counted 5 days prior. In on her phone. Never did that before, so I could hear it. Came over. They live all the way down the hall. She came down to outside my doorway and said, "I'm tired of it." Whoever she was on the phone with. 5 days later, he was dead. Y'all get me started. Let's stick to the script. So those are all the meds. I'm trying to. So all the meds. Here's another one. What's I got here? It says, do you know that losing a little as 5 to 10% of your current body weight will lower your risk for many diseases? Over 78% of veterans enrolled in VA care are overweight or obese. Let's lower that. And I just told y'all, at my highest I was 250. I'm trying to hover around 200 now because I've been comfortable at like 215, 220. That was my ideal, I thought. But going vegan and all, you ain't hanging around up there. So I was comfortable with 200. They start playing with my, so I gotta wait before I could take something, whatever, a little longer than I wanted. I was down to like I'm down to close to 190 now. I was at 190. I'm trying to put it back, but because I'm comfortable around 200 for me now as a vegan. But I could easily go down to 180 or whatever. It's what you're really supposed to be. Y'all are walking around today with another person on you. And it's fat and it's feces. And you're laying next to fat and feces. Don't get me started on the big tummy. There's cultures around the world that don't eat but a couple times a week. And we are encouraged to eat at least 3 times a day. At least 3 times a day. In every occasion we go to. And snack around the clock. And it's killing you, and it's proven that these hospitals are businesses.
If medication actually worked, would you still need to fill your prescription over and over and over again? You tell me.
Y'all can you think they care about you all they want. They were business. There was one time they would turn a black person away in a heartbeat, a black child away, if they thought that it would hurt their business. That child would have to die. You ain't allowed in this white hospital.
You have to realize that, yes, the involvement of violence in black folks comes from that long history that the president was talking about, that we have to remember that we learned from some of the best. There some white boys came over here that did the first beheadings in Point Coupee, Louisiana, where I'm from. Slave insurrection, that was the way you dealt with it. Tuskegee syphilis incident. We're going to see how black men die if they have syphilis, but we pretend we treat them with penicillin, and we're just going to watch the pathology of how they die. Now, that wasn't back 200 years ago. That was 1930 to 1974. We're talking about giving these wonderful blankets to the Native Americans infected with smallpox as they walked on that trail of tears just to see how they die and to eliminate their population so we can take all of that land. So the violence that is in America has come from a very learned position that was brought here by some Caucasian folks. All right?